I think the year 2003, 2004, and 2005, and I think barely touched 2006. Very, very interesting years for me. And that's, if you start with that year, and I really serious produced artwork. And also I have two very, very interesting encounters. One in Vienna and one in Italy. And the one in Vienna, I already mentioned, just traveled through Europe and met someone. And the one in Italy all started actually in Bali. In 2003, I passed a cafe across the street from where I live. And the owner is Italian. And one day, I passed by and just want to say hello to the owner. His name is Stephanie. And she is having coffee with another woman, Italian woman. And so when I say hello, and that woman mentioned that she is going to Taiwan in next few days on business trip. So I just make a phone call, tell my friends in Taiwan, hey, now I have a new girlfriend, Italian girlfriend in Bali, and she's coming to Taiwan, want them to bring her around. That's just a joke, you see. And actually, I don't even know what's the name of that woman or these things. And when that woman went to Taiwan, my friend treated her very, very good. So after the trip, she went to Milan and somehow get in touch with me, call me, say, want to come to China for business. Then I learned that she is an art consultant, and she wants to know a little bit about the art scene in China. So at the time I was selling 9A factory. So it's all good to start there. So I introduced her, bring her around to see all the art galleries, and I met some of the artists there. And I followed that, I bring her to Shanghai, because Shanghai is also have a more contemporary art scene in China. Then from Shanghai we went to Hangzhou, because Hangzhou, I think the art school was the first art school in China. I think Pan Yuliang, those Chinese artists, all are people were one time or the other teacher there. And in Hangzhou, I also bring her around to see some of the villas and the scenery. And I just casually bring to see some villas, and I told her that used to be my family villas along the Xihu. You see, of course, I do not try to impress her, but she's very, very much impressed. Then I bring her to Wuzhen, all these things. And after the trip, we went back to Beijing. And she said, how to pay me, because in Europe and America, 那个地陪 mostly the workers consultant is paid. And I said, well, since you pay all the expenses along the trip, right? I think I'm not really making a living to do these things. So I said, no, you don't have to pay me. During all the time I'm in Beijing, I dress very shabby, So after she went back to Milan, she sent me a package of clothes. Then she mentioned that if I have a chance to go to Europe and just stop by Italy, and she will show me around and introduce to different people, all these things. So 2004, when I went to Vienna for maybe a little bit more than 2 months, and in the middle of that period, I took a side trip to Milan because Michaela lived there. So in Milan, she just showed me about some of most of the Milan, to visit all the museums and the churches, all these things. And she also put up a small party for me, and those who attend, like the director of the Castel Museum, and all the editor, or the for Damas magazine. That's a very well-known magazine in Italy about the art, design, and architecture. So I enjoy very much. Then after Milan, I just on my own, just visit another few cities and went back to Vienna. And the following year, in 2006, I spent 2.5 months approximately. Actually, I cut it short about 2 months in Vienna. And in the middle of that 2 months, when people in Vienna to prepare for my exhibition. And during that time, I paid a visit to Venice, because she also owned a apartment or condo or co-op in Venice, because Michaela is originally from that area. And of course, Sam is in. Oh, most important is that visit is to see the Bannier. Every 2 years they have that's the most well-known 3年展 Bannier. And at the same time, she gave me a small dinner party at one of the old yacht club. And all the guests are quite well-known people over there. So we continue the friendship. Actually, we're still quite kind of a good friend. Get touch occasionally. But she always said she's kind of in debt to me on two things. Because when she was in Hangzhou, she mentioned she's the only daughter, but after her father's death, she happened to talk to her mother for many years. And I said, well, since you're only daughter, you should, at least still get in touch with your mother and I asked her to buy some souvenir and bring back to Italy, give her mother. And from then on, they became friendly again as mother and daughter. And the second incident is that on the second trip to Italy, she mentioned that she's tired of the Italian politics and the business, and I just don't know what to do. And I mentioned to her, because you don't really need a business to make a living. And if you don't like it, and like the business anymore, just sell the business and do what you like. She also took my advice, sold her consulting firm, and moved to New York City and bought a loft in Soho area, which is formerly part of the Tiffany factory. Interesting part. So, as I said, and from there on, we don't get in touch each other quite often, but she always thinks I'm her good friend or mentor.